Hello, Jake Like here, Gaming Lawyer at your service. We are back, and we are back again. This might be the final part of the trial, but we'll see how long it's gonna take. Shall we? So, without further ado, let's continue. I'm sorry, Ryunosuke, I have nothing more. Well, if you'll excuse me now, I really must be leaving. Hold it! Aha! Please wait. Isn't that... What is the meaning of this? Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotaba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Mikotoba? In my darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning. And in her hand, she carried a small package, wrapped in a furoshiki cloth. What's a furoshiki? Oh! Sorry, I should have just ended here. So, alright, never mind. Let's continue. Save. Man. Alright. I'm guessing there's a lot more stuff going on. Well, maybe this is the end. Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense. Why this sudden ingress into my courtroom? Ha! A judicial assistant? And a woman no less. Oh man, this guy. The rules state that females are not permitted into the court of law other than to testify. Yes, I fully understand. I asked only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense. Ha! You're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded. 5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more. But, Your Excellency! I am most grateful. Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now. What is it? A report about something? Written in English? It's Giselle Brett's research. The English woman's? After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed his paper. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself. Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristics of cure and its effect on human subjects. Interesting. Cure? What's that? I never heard that word before. Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I've summarized what I could be on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eyes over it. This is wonderful. Thank you. Giselle report has been entered. Goodbye then, and good luck. Let me immediately look at the thing. Poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times in compensate their prey. Instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. Route of entry. The above-mentioned effects occur when poison enters the body through a wound, such as the inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin could have application as anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full body paralysis must be found first. The patients must die of suffocation. Okay. Goodbye then, and good luck. She disappeared. You have had long enough, Counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer. I ask the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but the prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. You've been doing nothing at all, Archie. Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett. Yes, Your Excellency. If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I have to... No, forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realize it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you to treat that as an order. British, damn you. I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense. My apologies, dear lady. So, Counsel, what is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? Just present, I guess. Yes! Miss Giselle Brett, we understand you were studying at Dr. Wilson University, doing research. British, oh no. Research, by sheer coincidence, perhaps into a deadly poison. What? Poison? Where are you going with this, Counsel? A toxin known as Curare, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death. Objection! What complete and utter nonsense! Curare, you say? I never even heard of it. You wouldn't have done. What do you mean? I mean that you would have heard of Curare before for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist? Correct, which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they'd never identify Curare. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. What? Order! Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England, Curare has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. It seems that it's reasonable well known among European doctors and scientists. To lace their arrows? The report says that it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. It was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with Curare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett? Trumpery! These aspersions are utter trumpery. To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain, and other diners would have surely noticed. That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Obviously, I wouldn't have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, it's the other way around. What do you mean the other way around? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that Curie was used. Explain yourself, Counsel. The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there will be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible! Obviously, if a man loses all strength in his muscle, he'd collapse on the floor, with a chair under him to support. As Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Cosmo. It's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscle to control respiration to fail. Respiration? In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. And all the while the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. That's hideous! To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly cure for poison. You're suggesting that this bottle, Counsel, actually contained this terrifying poison. Objection! This is all very convenient, isn't it? A hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense. If I may. All these facts you think about. It is you who must be taught. Of course. Dear lady. So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? What? You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the result as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime. That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree? Objection! Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules. Ha ha ha. What's so funny? Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency? Yes, Miss Brett? May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? Well, yes, I don't see why not. So fancy. Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys. Sorry? To an English woman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish court romantics, it's laughable actually. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers! Wait, what are you doing? The poison is not ingested. No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair. I mean, it's obvious from the if both of you read through the goddamn report. Let me just check again. It's not ingestion. Put it on. Wait there. Enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. So, it is not ingestion that caused the death. So, no cure. The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying? Ha 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 ha. You look quite incredulous, little boy, but of course, it's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue of most kind. Grr. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Oh, yes, Miss Brett. I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. Ah, yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given. This doesn't make sense. There had to be poison in that bottle. So how did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it. Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to be poison in that poison, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have killed over dead. Come on, Ryunosuke, we have all the clues now. That bottle of water contains poison. The culprit did put carrier poison to cover away the water. I defensively choose to change his position. Serious? Fool, are you blind? There's no possible way that bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw Miss Brett drinking the water from it. That's right. Which rather complicates your argument, I think. And I believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be. Very well. If the defense truly intends to assert this claim, then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. What explains how this witness was able to consume this supposed poison with bottle unscathed?
Yes!
The answer is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
Objection!
That's not a valid explanation, no? After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish. This imprudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone. Honest, I'm just reading Susato-san's notes. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to the pertinent section, counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to this riddle? Wait. Special characteristics? I think it's application. Not practical application, special characteristics. We've been hearing a lot about this Curie poison, and it's left me curious about something. Oh, counsel? Well, sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they are hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes? And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there will be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison. Good gracious, counsel. No, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. I understand special characteristics, it says. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When Curie enters his body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew Curie's special characteristics. And you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. You meddling little... Oh no, it is alive. Rapscallion! Oh my god, sorry. My throat is getting a little sore. From all the voices I'm making, god damn it. Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Really? Me? Kazuma is praising me. A lawyer? Objection! Oh, all this poison talk is fascinating, but I'm sure I fear the... So the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid that knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish? Flaw? As even your brain has managed to deduce, Curie is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus. Oh, yes, well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? So if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? Oh my god. Okay, I'll leave. If you or any of you have realized how that poison was administered, great for you. So has I. But for those that haven't, let's just keep watching. Ah, that's right. Good gracious. That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no? Order! Order in court! Order! The logic holds. If the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest? Yes, this cure poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. More than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey. Objection! Objection! I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you, you must provide compelling evidence. As we now know that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the cure? Like this. Take that! Take that! As Miss Pratt so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference? Oh no! The toxic effects of a cure are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, when a healthy person with no injuries drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. Oh! Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you were well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. You used that knowledge to orchestrate this. Heh heh heh. Is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish cardroom games and your half-baked arguments are so superior. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy, you'll find out soon enough. You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No. I mean, could just slip. Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have been just tragically destroyed. I don't think that's how it works. That's definitely how it works. She just smashed that bottle and then slipped up. What a terrible blunder! Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from that broken bottle as possible at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet was just a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, it will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. Ha. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid you will never know. We'll never know now, will we? Is there really was poison in the bottle or not? You. Let's not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course, you're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady. That's right, really. Look at this photograph. It's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So of course the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy. Objection! No, you killed the victim that day, using Curie. And then in order to frame Ryunosuke for the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor and his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. Hey. A hidden gun, you say, and I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly, and as if nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution's stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused Ryunosuke Naruhodo. This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her, but now... Is she really going to get away with it? The way she destroyed the evidence was obscene. Ryunosuke. Yes? We've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What? What do you mean? We lost the fight, a piece of evidence. It's true. So if there's any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head. In my head? You told me before that the powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend on. Well, yes, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. So think back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. What I saw, what I felt. Every color. Blood. Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in a vibrant memory of the same scene in my head, could there be another clue to expose the identity of the Dr. Wilson's killer? There's a clue! Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. Haha, you always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on then, let's wipe the smug off that English woman's face with some evidence. Alright, I can't wait. It's been niggling me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is, it could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. It's here somewhere, the clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been. I guess the very obvious red-colored blood. Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. Yes? What is it? He's still miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you have said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day. Wait a minute! Shut up! Where are you going with this, little boy? It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the stick was served on was spattered of blood. What? Oh really? And what of it? Obviously that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of stick is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Ah! Yes. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies that plate was between the victim and the shooter, which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were. Giselle Brett. I beg your pardon?
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricated nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe something the accuser has apparently just remembered seeing?
Hold it!
This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean? Yes, I took the plate, in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. It's a criminal offense, I think. You did? What? I took the steak that you have been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. And I did it all in the name of justice. And we can find out for sure whether or not there's a blasting on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now. Inspector! The court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir. Okay, literally, it's not. It's still fresh. Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered, the steak. Well, what about the blood? Is there blood on it? Of course there isn't. Quickly, Inspector, the blood man, show the court. Of course. Examine the plate at your leisure. No blood. No blood. No blood anywhere. But no, that's impossible! I know I saw it, I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table behind the professor, and there was blood on the side of the plate. Heh heh heh. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Yes, I couldn't agree more. In the case of this disgrace to the empire. Oh, I'm way off, I think. But it's okay, I think we're ending with... I have a feeling. Maybe not, I don't know. I believe we may have finally reached a conclusion in this trial. Let's hope so. This let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceeding is painful to watch. But I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. This sorry-looking stick reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest. The plate of steak has been entered into the courtroom. My God, let's examine it immediately. Blood underneath? No. blood inside the steak. What the? Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin, and the hallmark is from the Hoi era, I believe. I understand what happened. Okay. No, I don't mean what is it? I mean, what's it doing there? Wait, did you say it was a Hoi Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I mean, imagine it's very valuable. And I'm imagining we're examining this right in front of everyone. They are looking at us and... This isn't the first time today that has been a talk of a Hoi Koban. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of a bullion in a bouillon. And I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary though. This means... I guess... I certainly never expected to find a precious coin, and if they stick out meat, it's from the Hoi era too. That will make it really quite valuable. It's well marinated in the juices as well. Look! What? Are you thinking of eating it? No, but the next time I order steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure, my heart's going to be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath for the prize. I think you might have the wrong end of stick about this, Ryunosuke. Koban coin and this stick. There's only one logical explanation. Yep. No, it was not your imagination. This is not how I've lost. Ryunosuke, it's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward, no matter what. Believe in myself? Really? Maybe I should be at least examining the evidence for myself. I examined it, okay, so it's fine. As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection? The blasting was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any sort of other clues at all? There's another clue. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth. The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beef steak. Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court to what you are alluding. Right precisely, on this plate of beef steak is this new clue. Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin. It's the same thing, right? Wait, I should not examine it, is it? Or... God damn it. Okay. Present. Got it! Good gracious, that's... a Koban? A Koban? What on earth? A Hoi era one at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beef steak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question. is it? Is it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? What a ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part of it.
Objection!
I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? It could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction.
Objection!
Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen. A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath a piece of stick. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip out my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right, it can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel. Counsel? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of stick. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now.
Objection!
By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway.
Shut up!
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here. The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what's doing under that stick. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner of the Koban that was found underneath the big stick is this guy.
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and the owner of Ratsute, Kuryo Kurekuta-san. Kuryo? As in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Ah, yes! The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban when it happened, at exactly the moment the gun was fired. The gunshot. What's his voice? The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoera Koban, my prize coin. Then this Hoera Koban, do you mean to tell me?
Objection!
No. Please, why would Kurekuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and his plate? It makes no sense.
Yes!
Which is why I'm asking to bring Kurekuta-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay. I can't believe we've come back around to that pair again. But I have a strong hunch. If we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element in the case. Oh my god, man. Alright, there's still more. Okay, how big is this witness stand? Alright. I guess there's still more. And then we are way beyond way beyond an episode's time. So I guess unfortunately I have to stop here. So thanks for watching. I hope you are enjoying so far. And yes, this is a long trial, long game. I think I'm not even sure I'm 20% done with this game. So yeah, we'll see what happens next time. Thank you for watching again. Stay hopeful but be critical. Take care and bye bye.